Oh my goodness, I don't know if I'm going to get used to this camera or not. Came out here and I was getting the old New Holland hooked up, and Raz came by. Turns out Raz isn't his real name, by the way. That's just his name in the biz, as he says. His real name is Reginald. But at any rate, Raz came by and he was like, "Hey, where's your camera? Where's your camera hat?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Ran in the house. But before I got that done, I got the old New Holland 8970 hooked up to our Noon manure spreader. And we're going to put some manure over here on our soon-to-be clover field. We're going to go down to the local animal stockyard and pick it up from there. They've got an ample supply of manure that we can just come by there and kind of pick up and pay for as we use. And it looks like the plumbers showed up. They're all set up, got their barriers, got their cones. I mean, this isn't a highway here. I don't know what kind of traffic they're worried about, but at any rate, got their Jersey barriers, cones all set up, tools. Oh, where they went? Oh well. Seems like if they're like any of the other handymen around town, they show up on the job, they start working for a few little bits, and then disappear for a few hours. So I'm sure we'll see progress throughout the day. We're fairly lucky with our farm placement here. Stockyard is just kind of down this one road and around the corner. Not too terrible far. On our flashers right here on the main road. One thing is going to be tempting. That is, well, Dunkin' Donuts is calling our name. There's the local stockyard. I'd be tempted not to come by and get yourself some donuts later in the day. I don't think they're going to really appreciate us pulling up and parking with the manure spreader hooked up. Probably not the best idea to get on the good side of the management over there. So just keep to the roads and let them catch our effervescence as we drive by. Wait a little bit as we get loaded up here. Well, there seems to be a lot of activity around here. I don't think there's a day. I don't think there's an auction today. I think we'll be good. When there's livestock auction, this place is hopping. Trailers all over the place. Farmers coming from all over the southern part of the state. So like I said, we're sitting pretty here as far as local down here to a pretty good supply of manure. And those city slickers, they will pay extra for organic wool. Pretty funny. Alright, so original, or I guess I should say Raz, told me that I can talk in my mic here, and he can do his drone thing. Don't have to worry about hearing me. Slinging some poo. What we'll do is we'll go around the outside of the field first, and we'll flip our driving direction. I don't know, for whatever reason, I always like to go counterclockwise around on this field. We got a feeling we're going to be out here for quite a long time, flinging poo, and then after this, we're going to get back in our T7. Ground is warmed up enough, I think, that we should be fairly safe in starting to plant. Be back out here planting our clover. Can't get that starting to come up pretty quick. Usually we would probably want to plant that in the in autumn. Didn't get to it last year. Kind of an early freeze. We're trying to get our vegetables up off the other fields, and didn't manage to get this field planted back in clover back then. So I guess we're gonna have a little bit later harvest this year as a result, but hey, what can you do? Spreader does give us pretty good coverage though. Just about empty, so let's see if we can't back up here. Work in the corner a little bit. All revved up, and get some more poo. We don't really bother with our sheep manure. For whatever reason, it just doesn't have the nutritional benefit for our crops like the good old-fashioned cow stuff does. One of many loads. Beacons on, flashers. Guys here are working, shearing our sheep already. I tell you, these city slickers come up here, don't obey any traffic laws, run right through stoplights, stop signs, pretty much don't show anybody courtesy. But you know what? It's okay. We rip them off at any chance we get. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that. Alright, so be sure to edit that part out. Probably isn't best to go into production. Don't think that would be. Don't think that'd be very good for ratings. That's what they seem to be concerned about all the time, is ratings. This will be good TV. Make sure you do this. Do you think you could have any sort of dramatic breakdowns? If you do, make sure you do it on camera. What? I would rather not have any breakdowns myself, thank you very much. Alright, well, we're just going to go ahead and working on this field. I think Reginald, Raz, is going to be piecing together another one of them musical numbers. That way I don't have to, well, keep shooting my mouth off all day long. Maybe we'll come back sometime around lunchtime. Catch in with you guys. Catch up. See what we've got accomplished. Well, it looks like we kind of had the timing right on the nose. Just before noon. Got a pretty good load of manure still on here, so we're gonna shoot some poo on this field over here that we were cultivating yesterday. Then it will be good to go. Definitely don't want to leave the manure on this thing, or it will rust it out and rot up the metal like nobody's business. Keep this field right here. It should hopefully take most of this load. Then, like I said earlier, we're going to get the T7 hooked up to our seeder and to our seed cart. Sure everything's good to go, and get out there and start putting some clover in the ground. Check up on our plumbers, looking at their progress, and I have to say, doesn't look like they've made too much progress this morning. Might have to call them up and see what the deal is. This is a terribly big field. We go ahead and just get this finished off and get the seeder all ready to go. We'll talk again once we've got all that finished. And I've had a chance to hunt up the plumbers. All right, well, I went ahead and grabbed this sandwich. Me and Raz got a hold of the plumbers. Apparently they had to get to the next town over to get some parts for whatever reason. Have all the parts, but they are making a little bit of progress. Got startings of her valve there. Valve here is going to be going in there, and then they've got the pipe. They're making some progress. This is our contraption. This is what we're going to use to put our clover in the ground. Got the seed here in the front. Air tube that brings it back here. Distributes it in this manifold down to all the individual discs. We've got our power harrow set up here and our subsoiler. Basically do it all in one pass. Looking nice. Looking good. Looking good. This contraption is heavy. Takes a lot of power. A lot of power indeed. Try to get set up here for some north and south runs. You go ahead and see if I can't get our GPS set up. Program in the width. That all set up. Lock that in, so now we don't have to worry too much about steering. Ourselves nice straight lines. Traction can do all the work for us. This is definitely a time saver when we can make use of it in this configuration. Right here is going to save us basically 2 passes over this whole field. Do everything in 1 pass versus coming through here and doing it in 3. Having our steering all set up here with our system, pretty much not have to worry about skipping lanes or anything. It basically keeps track of where we've been, where we're going, and what we've planted and what we haven't planted. And we can come back and basically get this in between and know that we're not going to be skipping anything. Warming up quite well. It's 60 degrees outside. What's really interesting is Raz was talking lunch table about how he's kind of interested in farming, watching us do all this farm work and filming it. Drone. This is a farming bug. Oh, this not all so glorious, glorified farming. There's definitely some less interesting bits. But maybe you don't want to set your mind to it quite yet. You fully understand what's going on. This field's going to produce a good bit of clover hay for us this fall. Looking forward to it. Just hoping that hay that we do have from last year is going to sustain us through. Not too worried about the edges. We're going to come back and put those up at the end. Of course, we don't want to be driving over our heated ground as little as possible. We want to compact it into the soil and make sure it's nice and loose. After we've run the seeder through it, we're going to give the roots plenty of room to take root and grow and thrive. Do need to check the weather forecast though. Hopefully we've got rain coming soon. Don't need rain right away. Not after all that snow melt, but still. I don't want it to go, more than a couple weeks without rain. That will have a pretty big detriment on our germination. Go ahead and just check our weather forecast. Looks like we've got rain in the forecast before the end of the week. Good to see. Give us plenty of time. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's going to be right there toward the end of spring, getting into summer. It's going to give us plenty of time. Get some more field work done, and not too much time that we really run the risk of the ground becoming overly dry before we can get this crop up out of the ground. So guys, I wanted to give you a little background into the game, into the series. I kind of forgot to give you some of this background in the first episode, but we are doing a 9-day seasons gameplay here on Bucks County. We are using the Amish Country Geo. It's a Pennsylvanian Geo. Take a look here at the seasons menu. You're going to see running a 9-day season. This app does have additional crops, as we kind of showed in the first video. We're going to be doing clover, and the way I understand the clover works on this map is when you cut it, it basically turns to grass. So we'll have the whole drying process that we typically would have with grass in seasons. No big deal. We're just going to do clover hay, if you will. Might do alfalfa hay next year. But really, alfalfa doesn't go through the drying process. You really don't need to worry about rain and everything with alfalfa. Other fields, we are going to basically focus on the vegetable crops, carrots, onions, the cabbages, black beans. I'm not that super worried about sorghum or millet. Like I said in the first video, we might do a more traditional crop in a field or in multiple fields, but we're only going to do one traditional crop if we do a traditional crop, because we only have one grain bin on the barn, on the farm. We're not going to put multiple types of grain in the bin. We're going to basically stick to one type. We do make use of that. So if you are interested in any of the mods that we've got here on the gameplay, I would say 95% of them have come from the in-game mod hub. Those that haven't come from the in-game mod hub are going to be things like vehicle inspect, which is what's up in the upper left corner, or enhanced vehicle, which is what's the deal down here in the lower right corner, all the extra little bits down there. A few other script mods and a few other modding mods that didn't come from the mod hub, like the veneer rake that came from, I believe, Nexus Mods is where that's at. Pickup truck is an expendable modding, newer pickup truck. The old C10, that is kind of a custom mod that currently is just released over on Discord, kind of timed release. Not sure if he's going to put it out somewhere else or not, but that's the same truck that was converted over for our finale on Emerald Coast. I thought it would be an interesting carryover, even though we're not pretending to be the same farmer that we were in Emerald Coast. That'd be an interesting carryover to bring that vehicle over and have it be Granddad's Chevy. I'm not going to drive it around too much. It will exist here on the farm. In fact, we're going to store it up there on that bank farm, right there by the grain bin. Also going to need to get it put away before it rains. I'm going to go ahead and once we get this field finished off, the way we're going to play the game and kind of the way we played Emerald Coast is that whatever happens in a video or in an episode is probably going to happen over the course of a single game day. Might not show the entire game day. Usually what we show will be basically considered, the day's work for that given day. This is the second day of spring. This is, in essence, second game day. We're not going to do, every video is not going to be the very next game day. So we're not going to have 9 videos of spring, 9 videos of summer, 9 videos of autumn. Probably not. There will probably be some days where we skip, basically where we are maybe continuing to do the same job that we were doing in the video that we profiled. Next day, probably not going to do another video of, guess what? We're still planting clover. But it will tell a story, and it will keep progress with the farm. It will keep up and know where we are from episode to episode. Let me know in the comments, what do you think so far of our Bucks County gameplay? Playing as sheep farmers and vegetable farmers. Until next time, happy farming. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.